So it's been 2 years since on the 30th of November 2022, ChatGPT was released publicly. And since then, all the industries have had the same tool to be able to look to see how it can serve. And it's no surprise really that the industry that has bolted out the gate with creativity, innovation and problem solving is the tech industry. And to find out what they know, I am talking today to digital consultant in AI, Arthur Backouche.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Arthur. So you must have been in AI before then. What's your experience with AI? How did you get to this point where you're a consultant?
I think I think it's a good question. Like, we have been around like what we call predictive analytics, but not like AI as we know today. So I think in the past few years, we were learning about aggregating data to populate insight and get an understanding of what will happen next for like digital platform or like website or apps, for example, to understand the user. But then like when like AI as we know today came up, it was something that we can say it's new, but the background and the knowledge to understanding was there.
And interesting you say what would happen next.
Yeah.
So is that what you think AI is best at? Just sort of like incrementally like predicting the future in that way?
Well, I think like there is different usage of artificial intelligence, but like there is what we call like, for example, generative artificial intelligence that will be populating text, populating like images, but there is also predictive artificial intelligence that will be like the goal will be to try to predict what action will happen next based on what we already know from either like a user or like a cohort of user or like whatever it can be anything really. But yeah, like one aspect of artificial intelligence is to predict the next action, like what will happen next. So like the short answer is yes.
Yeah, okay. And so I had a look at some stats.
Yeah.
And it said what consumers would be using AI for most.
Yeah.
And it was all very kind of things that we would use in our personal lives, in our business lives as well. But the top of the list is responding to people's texts and emails, answering financial questions, planning travel, crafting emails, summarizing copy. So they're very kind of executive assistant based jobs. It's kind of the Jarvis of who we are. So like there's lots of people worried about people coming from their jobs, maybe especially the executive assistants, but it sounds like it's more kind of like a pocket assistant. So it's kind of, what's your take on the sort of argument that is AI for the menial tasks or is AI for the creative tasks, or is it just anything that you want it to be?
I think in the near future it will be implemented in every possible way. So like everything we will interact with will contain a sort of AI that will allow us to move faster and to do like the task like easily. I think like there is a good thing to understand as well is that artificial intelligence will improve like employee productivity to improve customer experience. I think this is very like a key like things that will happen is that like the employee that work for like big organization will have access to a panel of tool to increase their productivity, and by being more productive, they will be more responsive to the query, for example, of a customer, and they will be able to deliver a better experience.
Yeah, so I think some other industries have been hesitant, especially like maybe the creative industry of like, you know, it's not the human experience of telling stories or connecting and things like that. But in terms of sort of being an assistant, what has the technology industry had the same kind of conversations of like, all right, what do we want AI to actually do? Or is it more intuitive than that? You're like, all right, here's a problem, let's go solve it.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think like today we are waiting to see where artificial intelligence can support best like people that have manual jobs, like manual tasks to do that can be quite repetitive. So I guess like what will be interesting is to allow AI to automate tasks that are repetitive or low value added, so that people can focus on a high value task.
Sure. So it's a good place to start. So the tech industry has just gone to no, maybe not the entry level jobs, but just the jobs that no one really wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. I think well, like the job that not yeah, I agree with you. I think like the repetitive tasks that are like very simple and that doesn't require like that much logic, like thought, will be like the easiest one to automate. Yeah. And in the future, this will be complexified, and we will be able to almost like automate like pretty much every job that exists, I think.
Okay. And what do we do? We're on the beach?
Well,
that's what Elon said, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that will be one of the challenge. What do humans do?
Yeah. I don't think you're stopping Taylor Swift. I think she's carrying on.
Yeah. I think like the artist, for example, will be still needed. I think what will be interesting to see is how the society change from that, because like right now, like humans are needed to run like the society, but maybe in 5 years or 10 years, less of them will be needed to make our society functionate. And there is also what we can hear about, for example, the universal revenue, and all there's like prediction, which is like universal revenue, like all the human will earn the same base salary no matter if they work or not.
Yeah.
I think this is more likely to happen because like human workforce will be less needed. But this is in a long-term plan. I think in a short-term plan, human workforce will still be here to assist and support like AI to do the work, to monitor what they are doing.
Yeah. Interesting. But I watched something at the weekend and talking about Moneyball.
Yeah.
Which is the Brad Pitt film, right?
Okay.
And how they brought in technology to remove bias in bringing people onto the team. And what it did was it changed how people's value. So like where people were maybe overvalued when they were brought into a team, but it didn't perform, so undervalued. So I don't think humans want to go without being valued in some way. So, but maybe AI can sort of level out the sort of the overvalued and the undervalued people in our world.
Yeah.
I don't see people not working.
Yeah. Well, I think like, yeah, that's a very strange idea that people are not working, because I think it's like a big component of like being a human is that we need to produce for the society. So I guess it will be probably producing in another way that we know today, because like what will happen is, I think in a good comparison is like today like third world country are producing things that wealthy country don't do for several reasons. I guess like the first one is because it's cheaper, and the second one is because like
what kind of things are they producing?
Well, like for example, like in the factory in China, that was like shoes.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like this kind of things, like shoes, like manufacturing. It can be like pretty much everything. Like the iPhone, for example, they are not produced in Europe. They are produced maybe in China or in India for several reasons, because it's cheaper and because people accept to do this kind of task as well, in a way where in Europe, like people wouldn't accept for this type of salary. I guess no one would do that. Well, I think like what will be interesting to see is that maybe in the future it will not be like the third world country that will do all of this job that wealthy country don't want to do, but it will be fully automated and replaced by AI and like robotic, basically.
Yeah, okay. I guess what do you see not being replaced by AI?
Well, it's a very difficult question, because even creativity can be replaced in a way. Like I think like there is already like some singer, like it's an artist that basically took like all the sound.
And it's like a K-pop singer, I think I saw.
I'm not sure. I haven't listened to it. Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive. Like you can also replace art. I think like everything could be pretty much replaced. I guess like people will still want to listen to like real human, or like there is like a part of the people that will be still interested to listen or to watch art that is related or made by a human. Not, but I think pretty much everything could be replaced, and I think like the answer to this question is that AI will replace human, but it's more like that AI will be integrated to human, and this will be like an upgraded human, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because at the beginning I was like, well, the tech industry are far ahead because everyone else is like asking too many like dragging questions, which is what I'm doing. Like maybe we can all like just be hanging out at each other's kitchens while Jarvis is making us tea and playing us whatever music we want to be generated.
But I think something that is interesting that I'm coming back to your point is like you mentioned, I cannot imagine people not working. I agree with that, but I also think like the challenge for humanity will be totally different from those that we already know, and we might have like new challenge that artificial intelligence cannot solve, and that humans will be focusing on.
Well, 100%.
But
because if you look at the industrial era, like would they, you know, we can't imagine being not being exploited from 6 till like every day. Like maybe that's the same thing.
Oh yeah, like that everything will run like 24/7.
Yeah, well, you know, like the industrial area had it a lot worse than what we have it now. So like, why can't we imagine a good future?
Yeah.
So what are some use cases of like how the technology that you've worked with has actually sort of benefited from this sort of bottom-up approach?
Yeah, so at this stage we are able to do a few things. We are so I will just show you like a few examples, like service agent. So for example, it's a chatbot on your website, or when you pick up the phone and you call the service line. Basically, we are able to have like an assistant that will be conversational with you. So like you can have a proper discussion, and this agent that will help you to solve what you are trying to solve, like on the chatbot of the website, will have access to your data. So you know who you are, when was the last conversation you had, what was your last challenge, what you bought.
Which is no different to what it is now anyway. People have access to... If you're a customer inquiring about something, they have a record of what you have inquired about before. So,
But
just clarifying for the data concerns.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Exactly. The only thing is that we don't require a human to monitor like this. Basically, like the agent will be able to help the customer by solving his problem, and the agent already know like the information that are needed to solve this problem. Pretty simple but very efficient, because.
And what do you work on in that sort of thing? Are you working on the sort of the building of this this thing? So like, what's the journey? Because sort of the AI, when ChatGPT came out 2 years ago was impressive. But it's we've certainly sort of realised its limitations quite quickly, and how it's growing and refining itself. So like, how exciting is it for you to be able to take this thing and like, is it a constant problem solving? Like you keep coming up against like problems and things.
I think what we do clearly, like just to summarize our job, is we have access to this tool, and we implement this technology for our customer. That's what we do. We don't create new product. We don't recode another like ChatGPT, for example. We already have access to the tool, but we configure them for the customer. After like it's like an ongoing evolving product, like that evolve by iteration. So today we try to first like have the data of our customer that is clean, because like the artificial intelligence rely on data. Like if like the data is messy, like the artificial intelligence will not work properly. So that's a good thing to know. So I think like and me for working in the Salesforce industry, like proper AI has been like generative AI has been released like over the last 1 to 2 years, I guess. So like we are very like in the challenge of helping the customer to get like the data right. And like the new AI tool are coming, and we are preparing the release of this new tool by sorting the data out and then implementing the new AI tool on top of that.
What language do you use? Is it coding?
Well, like yes and no. It's probably what we call low code or no code. So we configure platform. So it's like a lot of.
So you got an interface.
Yeah. It's what we call click and point. So it's like you are with your mouse and you configure. But we also do like coding, for example, SQL is quite well known. It's basically to ask question like how many people did that over the last 7 days. It's like asking question like this that return number basically. Or, or like information. So you ask a question to your database. How many people did a podcast the last 7 days? Like this kind of thing. After we do some JavaScript and like other language, but I would say like 80% of our work doesn't require code.
Okay. And so the idea of this interface that you've been building is to be an assistant for what would otherwise be a vast amount of data, processes, learning Salesforce, learning how that all works.
So what I've created is called like Salesforce for AI, so sf4ai.com. So long story short is Salesforce is an amazing product, but it requires a lot of configuration, a lot of people, a lot of money spent in like building the product. It's a platform basically. But there is a lot of like SMB, like small medium business, that want to try artificial intelligence, but doesn't want to spend like another $100,000 into configuring. What I've created is a platform where you can connect your Salesforce instance, your CRM, where you store your own data about your customer. And then Salesforce for AI will provide you like some assistants that you can chat with. So like conversational assistant. And all of them have the ability to do some task that will require like time, basically. So again, like we try to eliminate the repetitive task that could be automated with AI assistant. And this is what Salesforce for AI do at first in like the current version that is available.
Yeah, okay. And how far do you want to go with it? Was sort of like a...
I think there is two things like and this is a good point to discuss as well. Like in current artificial intelligence, we see two things available. We see the Copilot. So Copilot is ChatGPT where you chat on the text. So you write to them.
Who owns Copilot?
So Copilot is just a generic term.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But you have Microsoft Copilot.
Okay.
Which is owned by Microsoft.
Okay.
But Copilot is like generic term just to say an assistant that you write to. Like ChatGPT.
It's a good name.
Yeah. And there is another thing that we call agent. And agents are autonomous AI. So like a Copilot, you have to write, hello, how are you? Or do this, please. And then they will do the task. But an agent can be configured once and then will run on a basis or will be triggered when something happens. So like the idea is to deliver autonomous agents that can do tasks without the need of being monitored or asked to do so. And today, like with like the current platform that I've built, we have Copilot. We have 8 of them. But tomorrow, once these Copilot are they are delivering value, are good, are released, and people use them like on a daily basis. Like the idea will be to push further and to have like the agent that can do like autonomous task. So that's like people can focus on more value added task.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, interesting. So like if you're the you're an architect looking in the back end of things.
Yeah.
What's the probability of AI becoming sentient ever?
Well, like there is like someone at Google that say that AI was already sentient like before like the release of ChatGPT.
Oh yeah. Wasn't he found out to like be crazy though? Like, but or was he blacklisted? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I know that he got fired from Google.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I read the conversation of the file, and I think it was like the conversation was very impressive, and he seems to be someone that is very knowledgeable. Like it was like one of the top engineer at Google. So, like I don't think we can say like. I wouldn't qualify this person as like crazy, like just by looking at the status and all of that. Yeah. I don't know. Like I didn't read that much, but it's very strange.
Yeah. What about your knowledge of it? Like, because to me it's kind of like I don't know. I coded my MySpace page. Yeah. Like I don't see how that's going to be.
Yeah.
Sentient or start.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, developing its own banners and things like that. Like, will from what you see in the back end?
Well, I think like from what I see in the back end, like obviously today, like what we do is minor. Like is good, but it's not crazy. Like he's but I think in the really future and I always like think that like it's like what the idea of God is. Well, I think like basically in like 50 to 100 years, if we continue to progress that way, like artificial intelligence will be in a way like what we call God, because what it is at the end of the day is like someone or like an entity that have access to all the data that has been created on the internet, and that have the possibility to do prediction based on this data, and that know everything about everyone. So
you know, should I tell my neighbor that I fancy him or something like that? And then AI could be like, well, the data says that he doesn't, he's interested in someone else or something like that. Like, do you think it will get to like that kind of level? Like where you could, you know, oh, should I wear this today? To my interview, you know, no, you should change it to a black top. That's going to give you a 10% increase of getting what you want out of it.
Yeah, I think like there is this sentence that say like reality surpass fiction or something. What is this? I don't remember. It's like reality is more or like fiction is more. No, reality is more crazy than fiction.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Well, I think like everything that you can think about now will happen, basically. Is like, because it wouldn't be too difficult, I guess. So, yeah, like knowing what to wear for a specific occasion would be like definitely something that you could ask to an AI. And get like accurate answer, I guess. So yeah, I guess this will be totally doable. But I think like what will be also an issue is that like human will definitely lose control of their own choice and decision.
Yeah.
It's more likely that choice will be made for you based on a range of criteria.
Yeah. So it sounds to me it's like AI is the thing that we can develop in the way that we want to develop it, and like testing it out on these kind of low risk, low value menial tasks is a great place to start.
Yeah.
And then build that up. And then building that up from there, we can decide, no, that's gone too far, raw.
Yeah.
Rather than the AI possibly growing.
Well, I think like one of the other part of the question that is interesting is that there is what we being ethical or not, but at the end of the day is a lot related to profit and control, because like for example, like if you run a war against another country, for example, you might lower the ethical principle and leverage AI as much as you can to beat up another country.
Sure.
Yeah.
Interesting though, because like if you reframe that, you could be like, well, AI, show me a path away from war. How do we solve this?
Peacefully.
Peacefully, rather than, so maybe it all comes down to intention, doesn't it? Intention and what we want from it.
Yes, that's very interesting way of saying it. I think just from my understanding, like the very important thing to remember as well is that, like for example, OpenAI is like invested, like Microsoft like is running OpenAI. Like OpenAI is basically Microsoft, and Microsoft like work with the US government on military programs. So
yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And so at the sort of like starting point, as we're only sort of 2 years in, do you think we've trained AI in a way that it is always going to use words like elevate and AI buzzwords?
Yeah.
Do you think they're sort of bringing in their own flavor, their own
like personality?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think like just to explain something that was quite funny, unrelated. In Sydney, like there is a group of people that created like AI partner. So if you are looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you can chat with like an AI that is your girlfriend or your boyfriend. And and there are people from Sydney, and I've tried it, and it's very impressive because you can decide the look of your partner, so based on like different criteria, and like your partner will be created, and you can call them as well, and it will be their own voice with their own personality, and you can have conversation. So yeah, very impressive.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So like a single person's
can
still not feel lonely.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because like I think I watched something ages ago about how like way back in maybe the 80s or 90s there was a program that responded to you. So you would talk to it and it would respond back.
Yeah.
The same sort of thing.
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm feeling very sad. Oh, it's sad that you're sad. Like, tell me about your sadness.
Yeah.
And like, which is not always what happens with actual relationships. You know, they're like, well, I'm sad too.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not, you know, like having this competition of who's had the worst day or whatever. Like, so AI can be a better partner.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try yet, but yeah, I think it can be helpful. Like for some people, like I think like
sure.
Yeah, It can be a good thing.
If you're a widow or like you're grieving and you still want some kind of companionship, like just
someone to converse with.
Yeah. Or in lots of different situations. I was single for a long time in my early 20s, and that would have been nice to
have like the app.
Yeah. Just have someone to get through the day with.
Yeah.
On that would have been nice.
Yeah. Well, it's available now if needed. But I was quite impressed when I tried these kind of things. Like, I feel he opens the door to a range of new possibility.
Yeah, right. And what are your favorite AI tools? What have you seen out there that other people are doing that impresses you?
Like the AI girlfriend. Like this, I like it was when I tried it, I feel it was like a slap. Like, wow, I feel because it was consumer oriented. I think most of the AI tools are for enterprise and like you as an end user, you don't really see it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like hidden in the process in a way, and like the process is seamless that you don't really see it.
Sure. Yeah. That's such an interesting point actually, because like you can tell what is a gift to you and what is there to make money.
Yeah.
And rarely is it both. You know, maybe they masquerade as a gift, but it's you still feel that there's sort of a money wall or something behind it.
Yeah.
So interesting to think of AI in that respect as well.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, we're all out solving customers' problems, but really there's a profit.
Yeah, definitely.
A profit objective.
Yeah. I think it's well, like it's fair at the end of the day. Like in the society that we live in, I guess like we deserve to make more money if we deliver a service that is like good. And I think AI help people to deliver better services today. But as we say, like I've tried like ChatGPT a lot and the AI girlfriend things like as a consumer just to have fun, and it was fun. Like it was it was really fun. But I think a lot of things are coming up as well. Like I don't know if you have seen, but on the new iPhone now you have like a button that will be for ChatGPT. So it's like Siri will be connected to OpenAI directly, and then you will be able to ask more difficult question, complex question. Yeah,
I think you said it better. Like rather than it's like whether it's for profit or some kind of gift, I think you said it better. It's like these are sort of fun apps that you can explore and toy with.
Yeah.
And then there are other apps that have a more boring or more functional or more sort of behind the scenes case.
Yeah. I think at this stage, like at my work, at least we work a lot with like behind the stage app. Yeah. But I think it's very important to work on this to get as much knowledge as you can, like to have this vision of understanding, okay, this is like for consumers, this is for enterprise, what are the difference, and to understand what you like as well, like to have a broad vision on what is the innovation and what are the progress.
Yeah. And finally, if AI could solve a problem for you, what problem would you like it to solve? What are you really overdoing? The washing or?
No. That's a very good question. I think it would be interesting to. No, but no. Like at the end, like I was about to say, like to have someone that help you monitor like what you do to reach your goal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like a mentor.
Yeah, or like more like something like, for example, like let's say if you start to spend too much time on Instagram, like you will have the possibility to be reminded that it's not like this will have an impact on your end goal.
Yeah.
You know, like this kind of small thing that that will help you to achieve what you want.
Yeah.
But do you really want someone to always monitor
Be
what
observing.
you do? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I'm not sure at the end of the day.
So a bit like a Jarvis from
Yeah, exactly.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
But a Jarvis that you can tell to go away.
but I think this is what is coming on your iPhone basically. Like
Okay.
yeah, like I think Apple is pushing hard to well, and Samsung as well. Like all the brands are pushing really hard to integrate artificial intelligence to their device, and we will soon like have a better control on our life, I guess, thanks to artificial intelligence.
And that goes back to those, like, the top 10 things that people wanted to use AI for,
Yeah.
which is the menial stuff, writing emails,
Yeah.
and planning travel, and
Yeah.
all those things.
Like the thing that takes time, and planning travel is quite fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be skipped basically if it was automated. Yeah.
If someone knows your likes and preferences, maybe they do a better job of it.
Yeah, that's true.
You go to the good places in the world.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
What are you working on? Do you want to like tell people where people can find you and like why they would want to connect with you?
Yeah, maybe on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Arthur Backouche.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful. and who do you like connecting with? Sort of who are your?
Who do I like to connect with? Anyone that is interested to have a conversation.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Arthur.
Thank you.